Traveling globally, want to visit the US? Did you know that in the United States alone, gun violence frequently makes headlines and its effects are widespread? One of the most hazardous locations on Earth to live in is the United States. Due to the unpredictable nature of the world, there are many more nations and cities that are particularly dangerous for people to simply wander around in. Welcome to the channel, subscribe and let's dive in. A ranking of the riskiest areas to live was made using certain findings. These stats alone highlight the clear picture of how unsafe the world truly is due to violence of humans. It is always best to stay conscious and steer clear of any particular directed. It's always a good idea to take into account how safe and risky it is for international travelers when you research your upcoming travel destination. The Safe Cities Index (SCI) for 2023 has been released by the Economist Intelligence Unit. It rates international locations on factors such as personal safety, digital health, infrastructure, and environmental security, giving each location a score out of 100. Let's look at the 10 cities that you should be on the lookout for. 10th most dangerous, Manila, Philippines. The bustling metropolis of the Philippines, Manila, is ranked 10th on the list of most dangerous cities. Manila scores 52.5 points overall and is among the lowest scorers for personal security due to its somewhat high levels of crime and likelihood of natural disasters. Despite claims that the crime rate has decreased by almost 50% since 2016, the UK's FCDO advises that due to high rates of street crime, you should exercise common sense caution and pay extra attention when riding the local jeepneys and other forms of public transportation. The metropolis is essential to the nation's economics, politics, and culture despite the dangers it faces. The sprawling city of Manila is home to an intriguing variety of attractions, including the St. Augustine Church and Fort Santiago. Manila also boasts glistening shopping malls, 5-star luxury hotels, as well as edgy art galleries, a thriving indie music scene, and artisan markets, so it has something to offer every visitor. 9th most dangerous, Baku, Azerbaijan. The capital of Azerbaijan, Baku, has very low crime rates but receives poor marks especially for health security. In addition, despite a peace agreement between Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russia being reached in November 2020, tensions over the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh are still quite high. The FCDO claims that most travels to Azerbaijan are trouble-free despite the US Department of State's advice to its people not to go there. Baku is a treasure trove of antiquities from the 12th century and ancient mausoleums, flanked by ultra-modern skyscrapers. Baku is recognized for both its oil boom and the UNESCO-listed fortified city known as İçerişehir. Azerbaijan is frequently referred to as the Land of Fire due to its location between the Caucasus Mountains and the Caspian Sea. This term also applies to the capital city's 3 flame towers. 8th most dangerous, Kuwait City, Kuwait. Since the last SCI report in 2019, Kuwait City has maintained the same grade, and as long as local laws and customs are followed, it is generally safe for tourists to visit. However, despite the fact that violence against foreigners is uncommon, Kuwait is ranked very high in the index for the threat of terrorism, military conflict, and civil disturbance. Kuwait City, an Arab affluent city, was founded in 1613, well known for its distinctive twin towers and historical relics that can be found at the ancient souk and Dhow Harbour, a former hub for pearl diving. The FCDO reports that over 10,000 British nationals travel to Kuwait annually without experiencing any significant issues. However, tourists are advised to exercise caution and be informed of any recent developments. 7th most dangerous, Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is one of the most dangerous cities because of its fast-growing population, which makes it a high-risk place for air pollution and poses a significant risk to public health. The Air Quality Index in 2021, which ranked Dhaka as the second most polluted city in the world behind Kolkata in India, supports the low SCI score. If you have a pre-existing medical problem, the FCDO suggests that you consult a doctor before visiting the city. Thought to have gotten its name from the dhak tree, which was previously widespread in the area, modern-day Dhaka is more commonly known for its rickshaw-filled streets and chugging traffic. Sixth most dangerous, Casablanca, Morocco, with 48.2 points. Casablanca, well known as the location of the classic romantic drama movie starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, is ranked 6th. The assessment stresses the lack of green activities, the absence of a sustainability master plan, and the poor waste management, with a low score for environmental security in particular. Travelers should use caution because the overall crime rate has been moderate since 2015, although generally speaking, trips are uneventful. Sunseekers have visited Casablanca for decades due to its proximity to sandy beaches. From the Berber settlement that originally flourished here in the 12th century to its role as a pirate base in the 15th century, this important port for North Africa has a fascinating history. Fifth most dangerous, Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, which has a growing population and worsening income inequality, is ranked 212th out of 231 in terms of the quality of living internationally. The fifth most hazardous city in the world is Lagos, the nation's capital. It receives low marks on the ranking for both personal and health security, and is ranked last among the 60 cities taken into account for infrastructure security. Every year, over 117,000 British nationals travel to Nigeria without incident. Many argue that Lagos is incorrectly regarded as one of the worst places for terrorism risks. This complex and diverse city has a resilient attitude that has recently made an impression on the global fashion, arts, and music scene. Fourth most dangerous, Cairo, Egypt. Cairo is well known for its gorgeous Egyptian pyramids and historical history, but the city's high crime rate is less desirable. Cairo is a city with widespread petty crime, high levels of income disparity, and poor environmental security, according to the SCI. In spite of strong security, the research notes that there is a higher risk of terrorism, which is more likely to occur in urban regions and sacred places like Cairo. Cairo, one of the biggest cities on the African continent, is known as a cultural center of the Arab world. Its historical wonders, which can be seen in its archaeological sites and maze-like old town, have drawn tourists to the city. Third most dangerous, Caracas, Venezuela. Venezuela's capital, while being a significant center for culture, commerce and industry, is third on the list of the world's most hazardous cities due to its high rate of crime. The high murder rate in Caracas, where there are an estimated 53 murders per 100,000 residents, is what causes the index to rank both minor and violent crime levels as unbearable. Due to the high prevalence of crime, the US and the UK both advise against necessary travel to Caracas and Venezuela generally. Caracas receives few international visitors, but the city's picturesque mountain setting, some 3,000 feet or 900 meters above sea level and 20 miles or 32 kilometers from the Caribbean coast, makes for a stunning backdrop. Additionally, it is home to numerous impressive historical structures, including Simon Bolivar's founding father's national pantheon. Second most dangerous, Karachi, Pakistan. Karachi, the capital of Pakistan's Sindh province, is ranked as the second most dangerous city in the world. Even though Pakistan's security has recently improved, there are still significant problems with income disparity, sectarian conflict, and terrorism. Kidnapping and attempted terrorist acts, particularly against Westerners, are regarded to be quite possible in important cities, and the FCDO and US Department of State advise against all but necessary travel to the area. The city received the lowest score possible, 33.3, for personal security. The largest city in Pakistan, Karachi, was previously a significant port on the Indus River in British India. It currently has a mix of Eastern and Western architectural styles, including the Mahatma Palace Museum, famed for its pink Jodhpur construction, and the Venetian Gothic Frere Hall, pictured 25 miles or 40 kilometers east is the city of Chowkhandi Graveyard, which is recognized by UNESCO and is home to the burials of Salok warriors from the 17th and 18th centuries. Most dangerous city, Yangon, Myanmar. When a coup occurred in February 2021 and the Myanmar military seized power, the situation in the country's capital reached a crisis point. Therefore, it is not unexpected that in 2021, the city was rated as the most dangerous in the world, despite only receiving 39.5 out of a potential 100 points. Conflicts are predicted to persist as protests and rallies against military rule take place due to the prevalence of violent crime. In 2021, the US Department of State ordered some non-essential diplomats to leave Myanmar, while the UK Foreign Office recommended against all but essential travel there. Prior to the uprising, Myanmar had begun to significantly improve its political status after 60 years of autocratic control were ended by new government reforms. After 2010, Yangon, formerly known as Rangoon, developed to become a major international city. Travelers were lured into the city by the abundance of Victorian and Edwardian structures built after the British colonized the area, as well as the Buddhist temples and sculptures, especially the gilded Shwedagon Pagoda. The world's top 10 most hazardous cities are notorious for having high rates of crime, violence and unrest, making them potentially dangerous locations to visit. Despite the fact that some of the cities on the list may be well-liked vacation spots, it is crucial to use caution and be aware of the risks. Before booking a vacation, travelers should research the local safety situation and take the necessary safety precautions. These safety measures could include avoiding particular areas, not carrying valuables, being informed of regional customs and culture, and booking reservations at trustworthy hotels. Thank you for watching and follow for more.